Yo, 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 this your bruh, True Jew here. Looks like they trying to hit us again, y'all. They really think that we stupid. So it looks like another alleged shooting took place, this time in Tulsa, Oklahoma. What's the big deal with all these shootings? Well, you see that they're targeting the open carry states. They're still targeting states that are strong with gun laws that support the citizenry. You see that they're still targeting states that don't require permits to purchase firearms. And this is a total catastrophe, what's going on right now. It's a total travesty what they're attempting to do to the United States citizens. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, you heard me correctly. It looks like they have another alleged shooting in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This time, 4 people were allegedly killed. And there's a lot of Freemasonic energy and symbology surrounding this one. First of all, the shooter is alleged to be 35 to 40 years old. They don't have an actual identity on the shooter that they released. They didn't have an ethnicity released for him, and they have an age that's broad from 35 to 40, which means he's definitely an 80s baby. Okay, now check this out. This is important. The media is also trying to sensationalize this event and events like it by stirring up not only the emotions that would necessarily be perceived in a situation like these or situations like these, but also the so-called racial connotations involved. Yahoo reports, and I quote, the Tulsa shooting comes amid a spate of shootings in the U.S., including the Uvalde shooting in Texas, where 21 people, including 19 children, were killed, and a mass shooting at a Buffalo, New York supermarket that saw 10 black people shot dead. Now, every time I've reported on this, you've noticed I never put ethnicity into it, right? I know I did a update on the shooting, just describing the nature of all of the Latino people who I've met across my life after the news reported on these so-called Latino boy young man shooting up this school. But I never included racial connotations behind it. These are people who allegedly got killed, right? Well, Yahoo News is going so far as to say 21 people, including 19 children, keyword people and children, in Uvalde were shot, but somehow, some way, having to include 10 black people being shot. Now, I'm supposedly of African American descent, right? I did a video on my channel telling you who I truly am. I'm a child of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, a true Israelite, a true descendant of the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, in this country, I'd be considered an African American. I'd be considered black. My beard is closer to black than anything, okay? This is black. Most of my people, all my people are not black like this. We are different shades and complexions of brown, not black. So we know that there's something going on with this word that they keep trying to throw around to throw us off emotionally and spiritually from what's truly going on. Let's get back to the story though, because we're not done yet, folks. What I noticed about the Freemasonic symbology that's included in this happened on June 1st, right? So I got some dates for us to look out for because I'm thinking that we're not done yet. We're not done seeing what's going on right now. First of all, this is June 1st. This is when this shooting takes place, and there was allegedly 4 people that were killed, right? Well, what floor were these people killed on? Out of a 5-story building, this supposedly happened on floor number 2. Now, the second floor. Now, what really got me about this is first responders allegedly got a call from civilians stating that there was a potential shooter or a man walking around nearby the medical facility. But by the time police got there, all of a sudden it's an active shooter situation and the shooter's inside the building. Now, I don't know what kind of first responders these are these days, but I'd be very, very embarrassed if I was the one who received this call. My station received this call, and by the time my officers got there, the shooter was already inside and hadn't been dispatched. Now, why we know this is another MK Ultra, another programmed assassin, another Manchurian candidate situation is because not only was this shooter an 80s baby, which I'm going to touch on, but he also allegedly killed himself. Another situation where the shooter is either dead due to inflicted wounds by authorities, where he can't be questioned, or the shooter is killing himself, where he can't be questioned by authorities, or to where the shooter is captured and we don't hear from him again. Okay? Now, this man was allegedly on the second floor. Now, I'm going to throw around some numbers for y'all, especially those of you who know about numerology and those of you who know about Freemasonic symbology as these events take place. Before I get into that, they are literally trying to get the entire state of Oklahoma involved in this whole finagled situation by saying that this shooter drove 50 miles, allegedly, all the way from southeast Oklahoma into Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, what I find interesting about this, his alleged home is very close to the last shooting that allegedly happened in Oklahoma at the festival. So they're trying to get the whole state involved. And this is the second shooting, alleged shooting, within a matter of a week in the state of Oklahoma. This is very serious because, once again, open carry states are now being targeted. Now, I don't see states like Texas and Oklahoma giving in to the so-called state legislation that's going around all around the states in regards to changing firearms laws. What I do see happening, however, is Oklahoma and states like Texas ramping up on their requests for citizenry to get arms and to buckle down and to prepare for something very nefarious to come. Now, why did I say it's important about this shooter being an 80s baby? Well, we know that 80s babies, they're the millennials. We are the millennials. 80s babies are the first in this country to experience video game technology. We're the first to experience rap music. We're at a broad level. We're the first to experience the Columbine mass shooting. We're the first to experience many first, cell phone technology, laptops, smartphones. All of this was first initiated in the 80s. Now, you know, smartphones are a derivative of cell phones as they evolve. But what I'm saying is, 80s babies are soon to be the leaders of this country. Now, what I find to be interesting in my demographic is being targeted because a lot of us are on the fence. There are either some of us who are awake and know, or there's some of us who are still literally in the matrix, y'all. As you see, your brother True Jew is definitely not in the matrix. Now, here goes some Masonic symbology that I need to throw your way. There's some dates that were placed onto my heart that I'm considering to be dates to watch for. Okay. Now, in this month of June, we notice something. 2022. If you take the 2, and the 2, that's 6. Okay. If you take June, June is the 6th month. Now, this happened to be, I think y'all see where I'm going. This happened to be the first day of June, right? So June, the number 6, times 1 is 6. 222 is 6. That's 666. That's a high Masonic symbology number. Now, if you go into the 5th-story building or the 5-story building on the 1st of June, there's 5 stories at what was the name of that building? The Natalie Building at St. Francis Hospital. Why did it have to be at a St. Francis Hospital? In the Natalie Building. Check this out, y'all. That's allegedly a 5-story building. Okay, well, it's a 5-story building, which so happened to be on the 1st of June when this event took place. 5 and 1 is 6. Again, June, the 6th month, the 5 and the 1, 6, 222, 2022, 6. It doesn't stop there. What I want you all to do is pay attention to upcoming dates, like June 6th, 2022, which is also another 666 day. June 15th, 1 and 5 is 6. June 15th, another 666 day, including the 2022 year. Then you have June, which is the 6th month, and the 24th day, 2 and 4 is 6. June 24th, 2022. Listen, y'all. The wicked ones and its minions that I like to call the Dark Brotherhood are working overtime right now to throw us off and to take our rights away and to get us ready to be in position for true martial law in the fastest police state. In order to do that, all citizens of this country and this nation must be disarmed. It must be totally sensualized, desensitized, and sensitized at the same time to what's going on. They want us to be empathetic and emotionally charged in order to agree with their heinous crimes of trying to take our Second Amendment right away, while at the same time desensitizing us to what they have going on in their agenda in order to remove our arms from us to initiate martial law in the fastest police state. Look, Remember those dates that I threw at you: June 6th, June 15th, and June 24th. I made a previous video asking y'all, please stay in for 4th of July this year. Keep your families safe. Keep your families contained in a cool environment, in a cool place where you don't have to go out of town. You're not doing too much to possibly be put in a position where one of these Manchurian candidates, one of these MK Ultra, one of these programmed assassins could step out and do what they do. Now, this looks like it's a random event, but it's truly not. Keep your wit about you. This is your best weapon right here, your mind. Continue to pray. Give thanks and gratitude for your life as you wake up in the day, because before these shootings even took place, we don't know what's going to happen in the day. Anything could happen. Life is fragile. Anything could happen. So you always want to give thanks and be grateful for the life that you do have, all the blessings that have been given to you and that you can possibly account for. Look, it's your brother True Jew. You know I'm hitting you with the truth the only way I know how. Raw and uncut. Most High Mama and Papa willing, I'll be back with another one. But until then, gone.